Hey, just wanted to go over what it takes to get started. I think that there's a ton of stuff on the internet about how to get started on YouTube. I don't want to add to that. I mean, you can just do a search. I'll do a search on Google now just to see how do I get started. Or how do I create a YouTube channel? It's there. And I'm just gonna look at just the basics. Stuff that I mean, you already know. You go to YouTube, it's gonna walk you through the process. It's super easy. The reason why it's easy, I mean, it has to be easy. There's like millions and millions of people with YouTube channels. I'm just one of the newest people, and there's probably like another 100,000 people that just started a channel today. So I don't want to get into that. You can follow along the steps that you can find online. What I do want to point out is that it's actually really, besides being easy, if you start using AI tools, and I don't want to talk about AI tools, there's a bunch of AI tools, but I'm talking like, let's say ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Microsoft, I don't know what Microsoft's called. Yeah, I can't think of what it's called. But like our Claude, any one of those, it just makes the process that much easier. I think the biggest challenge on anything besides getting started is getting out of your head. And aside from getting out of your head, is having someone, or in this case, something that you can bounce ideas off of. So what I found is that when I started using um, ChatGPT, it was like having an assistant that I could bounce ideas off of. I'm not looking for uh, validation or confirmation or anything. I just need some sort of relevant point of view on what my next steps are. So today I'm talking about starting a YouTube channel, which is what I'm doing, and this isn't, and as I said, this isn't a tutorial. This is me documenting the start, documenting my process. The name of the channel is No Audience Required, although I'm thankful that you're here. I don't know how you found me, but here you are. And I'm starting before I'm ready. And the way that I know that I'm starting before I'm ready is because there seems to be like at least 11,000 million things that get in the way of me starting, me pushing record. So I created the channel because it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I've seen many people grow as I'm watching. I've been the guy on the side watching other people grow, watching other YouTube channels grow, watching people go from nothing to something, to go from consumers to producers. And I just want, I'm not saying I want to be a part of that process, but I do want to improve my ability to communicate. I do want to kind of put myself more out there. And later on, I'll go into that story about what that meant to me and what headaches and hangups I had about doing that. My whole purpose in what I'm doing right now is just focus on hitting record, getting into the flow of adding this to my daily producing videos. And I do know there are a million different ways to produce. Well, okay, let's not go crazy. There are a million. You can do lives. You can do edits. You can do maybe those are the only two. You can do lives. You can do edits. Lives I think are easier because you just show up and hit record and you interact with the audience. But I don't have an audience. No audience required. And I really want to learn more about this whole process of creating videos, editing, and just stepping into that whole new industry, being a creator. So I'm focusing on execution, developing a habit, not perfection. This is definitely not perfect. I know that in this, I'm hoping you can. You, you probably the microphone wasn't even on. Let me try and get this fixed. But just this is just you're watching all my mistakes. But I this has been an extension of another habit I developed, and I'll tell that story in another video about walking. So what I did today was I decided on my channel, the channel name, and let me be 100% transparent. I did this a few weeks ago. I'm talking about it now because this is my first video one. I did have another video that I just needed to get done. But I created the channel, decided on a title, no audience required. Worked with ChatGPT to figure out a logo, what the palette of the channel will look like, and I don't even know if that's going to be, if that's going to be what I end up using. But it's a start, and the thing that I want to focus on, that I need to train myself to do, is to just start, and I can figure it out as I go along. And so this is the first video that we're shooting. What I encourage you to do is you go through the steps. If you don't have a friend, family member, somebody that you can talk to about this ongoing forever, a coach about this kind of stuff, is to use one of the tools, the AI tools. As from my experience, as time goes on, as technology progresses, things get easier, and because they get easier, the competition increases. So you have to get better at what you're doing. The guy like me starting today, I'm probably a lot better than someone who started 15 years ago, just because the tools are so much better, and I don't even know how to use the tools yet. So we'll see how that goes. So this channel is about me documenting my journey. It's about encouraging others to just step out there, get things started. There was a book called The Art of the Start, I think it was by a guy named Guy Kawasaki. I think that's what his name was. I could be completely wrong. Correct me in the comments. But I was just thinking about just starting, the whole idea of starting it. I take it for granted that everything starts at some point, and this is the beginning. But I'm building to get better, to document my journey, to document my hopeful improvement over a period of time. So you're watching the beginning, no audience required, but you are welcome here. And let's go. Let's see where this thing goes.